Good Sunday morning, everybody. Jordan Jobs and Anusha Roy here. Clearly, we are ready to go.
Yes, we are.
Ready to get things started.
All right, we hope that your Sunday is off to a great start. We're going to get to Greg right now to take a look at what your Sunday weather is looking like, especially if you're getting up early to watch the Broncos game today and maybe get out afterwards for a little bit. Greg, what's it looking like for today?
All right, it's a little bit of a chilly start this morning. Temperatures out the door in the 20s and 30s. Now, this is all under mostly clear skies, with the exception of our friends in the Rockies. A little bit of mountain snow there this morning. Otherwise, things are looking great. But as I said, chilly start to the day. Temperatures in the middle 30s, 36 degrees in Denver, Lyman in the upper 20s and lower 30s, Colorado Springs at 35 degrees, Buena Vista at 27. Our high temperature for today in the upper 50s, a little bit cooler than yesterday, but still another really nice day to get outside. This is all under partly cloudy skies, so those clouds that we're seeing in a few areas this morning are going to start to break up. Overnight low temperatures dropping back down yet again into the middle to lower 30s with those skies continuing to clear. That's all as we prepare for a picture-perfect Halloween day. I'll talk about it coming up.
Much. Well, this morning we are following breaking news out of Aurora, where police say 4 people were shot at a home. This happened near 10th and Geneva. We are working to find out the conditions of the people who were shot. Aurora police say that a male suspect is believed to be in the area. That was an update as of about 2 hours ago. A reverse 911 alert has been sent to people who are living nearby. This is one of at least 4 shootings that we've been tracking overnight in the Denver metro area. We are expecting to hear from Aurora police later this morning, and of course we'll bring you updates on all of our platforms.
Douglas County deputies arrested a man after his gun accidentally went off at a youth flag football game yesterday. According to Douglas County Sheriff's Office, this happened at Crest Hill Middle School around 3:45. Deputies say the 65-year-old suspect was attending the flag football game when a handgun fell out of his pants. When he went to pick up the gun, deputies said he fired a round into the air. Nobody was hurt after the gun was discharged. The suspect is being booked into jail on numerous charges, including a felony charge of carrying a weapon on school grounds. Deputies also confiscated his county concealed carry permits.
And be smart about your planning this week. CDOT says more people get arrested for DUI on Halloween weekend than any other holiday. So that means that there's going to be extra troopers and officers out on the streets this weekend taking a look out for drivers under the influence.
Today, RTD is ending the shuttle buses connecting the Ore line between Florida and 13th Avenue. They've been using those buses between the stations since the Ore line derailed last month. Now they say they just don't have enough people to keep those buses going. We haven't learned when the Ore line will exactly reopen fully, and a reminder that trains on the A line are still running in 30-minute increments while crews make some repairs at Dahlia Street and Smith Road. But this time there is an end in sight. On November 10th, it should go back to operating every 15 minutes.
COVID cases are steadily going up in Colorado. Experts are worried it's only going to get worse during the winter months. With more people testing at home, it's becoming harder and harder to track the virus. Colorado is reporting around 700 cases a day. That average is up by 100 from this time last week. Over the last week, 9.5% of tests came back positive. That is up more than 2% from last week.
School test scores across the country are the proof behind many people's pandemic fears that kids have fallen behind in school.
Math proficiency for 4th and 8th graders in Colorado are each down nearly double digits. So this week we were taking a look at how schools are trying to make up for that lost learning.
Are we flat?
No.
We're not flat? There's no flat earthers in here?
If you simply walked around an elementary school today, it would seem like everything's back to normal. But new national testing data finds kids around the country and here in Colorado are behind where they were before the pandemic.
It confirmed what we had already seen.
Dr. Kim LeBlanc Esparza is the deputy superintendent of Jeffco Public Schools.
I've been doing this for 35 years, and I will tell you I've never seen this kind of impact on student learning.
The National Assessment of Educational Progress released its first score since the pandemic this week. It found that 4th and 8th graders in Colorado slipped quite a bit in math proficiency and a tad in reading as well. LeBlanc Esparza says the impact of the pandemic transcends grade levels.
When you think about our current kindergartners, they never went to preschool. During the time that they would have normally gone, it didn't exist. Learning to cooperate, learning to focus, learning to listen to someone else directing what you're doing with your time. And just some of the background information that we assumed kids would have when they walked through the door, they didn't.
Do we see little up?
What do you do to make up 2 years worth of loss?
High dosage tutoring is something that folks are seeing significant impacts on student learning by being really purposeful, intentional with small groups, 1 to 4 students, an hour, 3 times a day, really focused in on specific skills that kids don't have.
Does it make sense? And spaces.
Beautiful.
Making sure that the groups are small and they do it during the school day so that there's not an inequitability for students who can't stay after school or students who transportation might be an impact.
Looking at the numbers can be daunting, but LeBlanc Esparza says kids can absolutely make up that difference.
Yes, they can, but it's going to take a few years. It just like it takes a few years to have that impact, it takes a few years to overcome that impact.
Dr. Kim says the biggest gap that she has seen is in 5th through 9th grade. Really complex and abstract mathematical concepts that take a lot of that one-on-one or small group time to make up. However, she does say that having kids back in school in predictable ways will really allow for more targeted instruction, which can help get those kiddos caught up.
And I quickly thought that I have to survive because I'm here. This is the real deal. I have to deal with the fact.
She was lost in the wilderness for 4 days after going the wrong way on a hike. But she is okay thanks to 2 men who she's calling her heroes. We'll show you them coming up.